The other day I posted, for me, what was a funny video. Completely satirical. I had to keep a straight face, otherwise it wouldn't have worked. I could have said at the end, I'm only joking. But I feel that comedy, or it's not comedy, I'm not a comedian, but in order to kind of navigate life and see all the crazy things that are going on in the world at the moment, whether it's North Korea, whether it's, Russia, Ukraine, whether it's Israel, Gaza, there's crazy things going on in the world right now, and we're kind of guarded from it, and we don't get to see it, and we don't get to see the truth of what is actually going on. So to see the light in things has always been the way that I've dealt with anything. It helps me in situations in terms of like being better with work colleagues, being better in doing a hard session, being better at making 100 sales calls, being resilient to get rejected 99 times in the 100th call you make a sale. It's always helped me a lot to kind of see the funny side of things. But when I posted that, and this was about essentially a sexist video about women should focus on fitness and getting in the best possible shape they can, and then their career, don't worry about your career, then their career will be taken care of because they're in such great physical condition. A man will take care of the money for them. That was the basics of the video. And for me, that's funny because there are videos all over YouTube where men and young boys, which is even more crazy, and it's frightening, men and boys actually believe that. And so I was sort of trying to make a parody of a parody, I guess, but it's not a parody. They're actually taking themselves seriously. So, and it's always difficult to do that. So I guess you kind of like get to a point, and somebody pulled me up on it. I'm really glad that they did. But you get to a point in the video where, or you get to a point where people start to see it. My friends obviously got it. I showed it to my sister yesterday. She at one point was, thinking this was the most cringe thing she'd ever seen, and then understood that it was a joke. And it made me happy to know that she saw it from that point of view. But yeah, I guess when people genuinely believe these things, and there's a platform for everybody, just post something to YouTube or something to X or whatever, Twitter, then I guess that the pockets of these people grow and grow and grow. And this is when you get kind of like really wild right-wing things going, or left-wing things at the moment, when they gather momentum, because there's collective people that actually think the same way. And there's definitely a movement. I see this in America quite a lot at the moment, and I'm not sure whether it's because there are more people with podcasts, more people getting together to discuss on camera what they actually believe and why they feel kind of so that they cannot be a man. And there's young boys struggling with that, and they feel that, if you've got kind of young girls on OnlyFans earning tens of thousands of dollars every month, and that's an easy path for them, that's not going to make them attractive for them. And it's kind of like, if this, and they're frightened that women, if they're independent and they're powerful and they're kind of like career motivated and they're driven in life and they want to achieve things, that's going to make them less attractive to certain people. I find that wild. I think that you should stay in your own lane and focus on you and what you can do and how you can make your kind of little effect on the world, and don't focus on anybody else. Focus on you and the people that you love around you, and try to be the best in your field at whatever it is you're trying to be in, and your hobbies as well. And if that's running, fitness, great. I think, as you know from my videos, I think that's the fundamental of everything. If your fitness is online, on track, and you feel good about yourself, naturally all the other components of your life will follow suit. You'll be good in your career. You'll be better then financially. Then you get to a point in your life, and you shouldn't do this too soon. Often get asked this, like, wait until you get into your 30s, until you begin to really know who you are. I see so many people, I went to college and school with so many people who got married super young, and they didn't even know they were yet. So how can they meet somebody, and then you have a pair of people who neither knows who they are, and they get into something, and guess what, 10, 15, 20 years later, they're getting divorced. Of course it's going to happen. You need to know yourself deep down, and that might be you soul searching, it might be kind of you traveling, it might be you kind of going far in your career. And for me, I found that the more I travel, and the more I'm grateful from where I'm from. I'm not super patriotic, kind of definitely not nationalistic. I don't kind of understand this kind of this thing Brits have about we're the greatest country in the world, similar to Americans. It's like, okay, great. If you can tell me why, and compare that against many other countries that you've been to, okay, you know, I'll listen to you, but you cannot just say you're from the greatest country in the world. But I think it's super important to really know who you are, and then you have an opportunity then to kind of go after what you really want to go after in life. So yeah, I mean, if you found that video the other day offensive, or if you didn't see the funny side of it, I get it. Like, you know, only my close friends and as I said, my sister saw it. I found it funny, and I think it's super important to see the funny side of things, but equally, it is what it is. And if I've not presented that of myself during other videos, and you know, I'm not whether I want to admit it or not, I'm not just a person who just likes running and talks about running and talks about kind of habit forming and trying to succeed in business and things like that. There's obviously more to me than there is that, but that's the stuff that I kind of talk about on camera because it's a running channel. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it didn't turn you off too much.